Gonna get into that and bonjour tout le monde. How's everybody doing? I had a really long day. I traveled all the way from Seville, Spain to Avignon in France, southern France in particular. I found an amazing place right within those walls. This is still a walled city, which is so cool. I can't wait to check this place out. Unfortunately, it is dark. It's nighttime. I just arrived maybe an hour ago. I'm very hungry. I have to go find some place to eat, but I'll tell you, my first impression is pretty fantastic. I like it. I should show you the place that I have. It's really neat. Caveat, apparently the old city, the internet isn't awesome, so I'm not really sure whether you're even going to see this video, because it was pretty slow, but I'll figure it out. I've already asked the Airbnb host to, get a technician in or something. Or, buy me a new plan or something. Like, I'll pay for it, whatever. Because I got to work. But yeah, it was a long day. I got to see so much of the country whizzing by, of course. And it was really neat to see. Like, really, I've only been to Spain this time, so I haven't really seen much. Even though we drove by Madrid very distantly and we went through Barcelona, they look pretty cool, but of course taking the train through the Pyrenees was something else. That was really neat because there's this flatland by the southeast side of the Pyrenees that of course is where people would move from Spain to France historically. And the train's no different, but you still get to see the mountains and stuff, and it's pretty cool. I didn't realize how far into the ocean or against the ocean this train ride would take me. And speaking of the train ride, so you guys probably saw a couple of posts on Facebook about me just barely making my train, and I mean it. Like, it was so funny. So out of character, I ran between trains, and it was a confusing, like, you get off on one platform, you got to go upstairs, there's that bank, rat maze thing that you have to go around, and I finally just kind of like moved them, and the one guy yelled at me, and I said, "I'm so sorry, I've got 3 minutes, so which is funny. He was not happy, and I can't believe I actually did that, and I did it twice. But if I didn't, I wouldn't have got on. So here's the thing. I only found out recently that the train, so I took a Renfe, which is the Spanish train company, from Seville to Barcelona. And then I took the TVC, TCSV, I don't know, I'll look that up. The French train system from Barcelona, the same thing. So my layover, so to speak, my change of trains, I've just found out recently was 12 minutes. I'm not sure whether they updated the schedule or whether I made that mistake. I'm going to assume I just made that mistake when I booked it. And then while I was in Spain, I realized every train I was on was late, was delayed. Whether it's 10 minutes, which wasn't too bad, or 2 hours, 45 minutes, half hour, like all the trains, right? And I thought, oh, geez. So I resolved to say, you know what, I'm going to try it. I'm going to see what happens. And if it doesn't, then I'm going to get a hotel in Barcelona. I'll stay one night in Barcelona. It's going to be an adventure. I can't complain about that. But then, I don't know, in the moment, okay, so I figured I would miss it out, right? Like they wouldn't leave on time. This 15 minutes that I have just wasn't going to work, or 12 minutes rather. So turns out they left on time, and I kept noticing that we were on schedule. You know, you use the app and everything, and so it was doable. It was like, oh, this could happen, right? Because as long as everything's okay, 12 minutes is enough time to run around a train station from one platform to another. Probably. I wouldn't count on that though. Absolutely not. Do not follow what I just did, because it could have went so wrong. Anyway, we started to get delays, and it was 10 minutes of a delay. So that gave me 2 minutes, which isn't enough time. But then they sped up, and it was like 6 minutes. And I was like, oh, awesome. Then it was 3 minutes. I was like, oh, this could happen. This is going to happen. 2 minutes. Oh, right on. And then boom, 9 minutes, 10 minutes, 11, 15, 7, 8. You know, it just bounced around all the time. And I was just like, oh no, this is stressful. And so my vision in the morning was like, whatever, I'm not even going to worry about it. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But because they teased me, and it was back and forth, it was like watching, like, you know, a stressful sports game or something. It was just like, oh. And so when I had the opportunity, I was like, I had 7 minutes, and I was like, I'm going for it. I'm going to do it. And so I was one of those jerks who like got up and stood beside the doorway before the train had even stopped, and I had to stand up there, and then, you know, I ran the wrong way. Then I had to go the other way. And then, like I said, I moved the pylons and got yelled at. And then I'm racing in, and there's a train sitting in the platform right where it's supposed to be. And I'm like, is that it? Is that the train? And they're like, I don't know, where are you going? I'm like, that's my train, definitely my train. And so I just jump on like I had, like, you know, crossed the finish line, and the train was about to leave, right? And it didn't quite there, you know, like, you know, 2 minutes later. But still, I'm, well, not even 2 minutes, quite frankly, like maybe like a minute and a half, maybe less than a minute. But I realized I was on the cabin or the car, and I didn't know what car I was on. I just had to make sure I was on the train so it didn't leave without me. And so I started wandering up and down. They don't really show you what the car numbers are when you're inside. And so I finally found my spot, and I sat down, and I was out of breath, and I was like, victory, I did it. I can't believe I did this. And I'm looking around, and I'm like, there's a whole bunch of people who don't care. It's just this weird guy, all out of breath, just showed up at last minute. And he's looking around for some kind of validation, like, hey, I made it. It's like, yeah, we all got here early. Anyway, nothing's easy, right? And I certainly don't make it. So all of that's unimportant, because I'm here now, and I'm in Avignon, and I took one look at these walls, and there's the Pont d'Avignon. You kids who went to school, that's it. You know that song? If you don't know the song, don't look it up yet, because it'll get in your head and you'll hate me. But I'll do something about the song. You can hate me later, is what I'm going with that. Anyway, I hope everyone out there is doing well. I'm obviously doing well, though I'm a little tired. I got to go get myself something to eat, and then get to bed, and then I'm going to see what this city has to offer. Because I'm going to tell you this right now, I've got a feeling I'm really going to love it here. So, with that said, I don't know how to say bonne nuit. I haven't really prepared. I'm supposed to know French, kind of, and I'm blanking out as to what to say. But we'll talk later. Bonne nuit. Good night, everyone.